Confederate States of America. Wow, you just got my mind going. I right after we hit break, I lost track of what we were going to talk about after the break, and then I remembered it, and then I brought us back in. Oh yes, I know. What? I was just getting ready. I just typed it in. Anyway, stop explaining. Anyway, what are the benefits and obligations of being a citizen in the Confederate States of America, Dennis?
Okay, it'd be basically the same as it is a citizen right now of the United States. The only difference is that you have to prove that you were born in the Confederate States or have resided here for at least 6 months, and that's a basic right to hold your voting power. They should be able to do that without any great pain to themselves. If they've lived here, their whole life, most of them think, well, I'm a citizen already. No, you're a citizen of the U.S. You're a citizen of the Confederate States of America. You got to apply for it and become a citizen. But by becoming a citizen, you also become part of the standing militia. Most people don't realize it, but they're part of the militia anyway.
Absolutely, yeah.
Old Hamilton, for all of his class consciousness, he said, but if circumstances should at any time oblige the government to form an army of any magnitude, that army can never be formidable to the liberties of the people, while there is a large body of citizens, little, if at all, inferior to them in discipline and use of arms, who stand ready to defend their rights. That is the core of the militia. Congress is trying to disarm the militia today, and it's not going to fly. I already called a bunch of those clowns up there and told them, you pass one more law against the Constitution, I will refuse to obey it, and I will not convict any fellow citizen that you charge with a violation of that law should I be called to jury duty. Oh, that got their feathers ruffled.
Well, I've already made the decision that I am now solely and wholly operating on God's law, because I find that I can no longer determine within man's law
what's right and wrong.
Right and wrong. I mean, in other words, man's law has reached the point that it is contrary to God's law, and now I know I'm going to answer to God someday. I know I personally will, and I can't justify my continuing to act to be American any longer, to be a Christian any longer. I can no longer justify that. I can't to myself, and I know I can't get away with it to him. Okay, it's just not possible. It ain't going to happen. So anyway.
Well, when he's standing there with that book, look at your name.
I can't do it. There was a point that I thought I could. I could, but it's great. Now for our listeners and for myself, we know that. I mean, we've already discussed that we have our sovereignty by the authority of God, and there's where we get our authority from. But as we progress into this civil war, which is coming, we're always looking for the most successful solutions with the least collateral damage. But so as we come into collision with this federal government, that is the problem, and we're saying I'm not a citizen of your incorporation any longer. I'm a citizen of the CSA. What do we have in place to propagate that battle besides a weapon?
That is about the extent of it, and that is the only thing that we've ever had.
Well, and wasn't given the truth that we've spoken about the Constitution and the first 10 amendments, it's still the First and Second Amendment was written for the purpose of not to have the right to say whatever we wanted to say and to hunt. It was written to go against the tyrannous government and then back it up with a gun, was it not?
It was exactly that. That was it. And everything is written by any of the founding fathers confirms it.
Yeah. Yeah, and whatever they want to say about the founding fathers, they all did pretty much have a working knowledge of that book called the Bible, didn't they?
Oh, most definitely. I wish that they had gone ahead and gotten into judges and things like that and wrote God's law into our law, because the law is few in God's law, but it is just and swift.
No question about it. Yeah, it's they may have had a sour taste towards religion, but they all had a working knowledge of that book called the Bible.
Yep.
So.
Well, gentlemen, we have one more caller tonight I'd like to get to from Oklahoma, but since we are running out of time, I'd also like to take this opportunity to remind you again, we are speaking with Dennis Joyce, CSAGov.org and FederationOfStates.org to learn more about that. Check out our website at truthbrigade.com or truthbrigade.org. Tomorrow night, we'll be speaking with Casper Leach of Time for Him.
The Confederate States of America.